Hello Buddy Fighters, welcome back to another Buddy Fight video. Jay here. Today we're looking at Decimating Black Dragon Trial Deck from Future Card Buddyfight X, English edition of course, and it's using Black Dragons from Darkness Dragon World. So let's quickly open this up. I'll show you guys a quick look at the art and everything, but it's a really cool trial deck just because it involves a lot of technique, you could call it, and I'll show you the back of the deck, back of the packaging really quickly. So you've got Abigail on the front, Gaito, some other monsters that are included in this deck, and then of course you've got your rating for Gaito Kurosa's deck. So you got offense 3 stars, defense 2 stars, but then technique is 5 stars, which is pretty cool. And it also gives you a summary future card Buddyfight X, some other stuff, and of course every single card you get in here and the quantity and everything, and you know, everything you basically get in the trial deck. So let's have a look right here. Straight off, you got this right here. The life counter looks absolutely amazing. Wow, okay. So, you've got your life counter right here. If I can get this out. Should be at 10, not 15. You've also got your, your usual playmat, nothing special. And then on the back, yeah, it's still Dracoborn advertisement. But here it is, your classic Future Card Buddyfight X playmat. And then you've also got your buddy sheet, which is just a really nice reference on how to play the game. Just little reminders of stuff here and there, and what everything does, and best combos, and tips and stuff like that. And basically, it really helps you to get a flow of the game really quickly. And then, of course, what everyone's looking for, the deck. 52 cards, pre-constructed. Let's have a look, if I can pull this off. Anyways, so, it is weirdly sorted. So, yeah, you've got 3 foils. Ooh, Death Count's Serenade. Okay, so we've got our flag right here, Darkness Dragon World. Nothing too special, usual Darkness Dragon World flag. So, let's start off, and let me quickly organize this. Yeah, impact should be at the back. So, you get 4 Death Count Serenades. That's pretty cool. And where's this spell? I gotta find it real quick. Anyways, we can just go along with this. Anyways, starting. So, we got Black Death Dragon Sentence Abigail. Almost said. I'm just too used to the regular Abigail. 6,000 power, 1,000 defense, critical of 1, size 1 monster. Card cost, pay 1 gauge when this card attacks. Destroy monster opponent's field if you do gain life equal to the size of that card. So, again, destroying a size 3 will give you 3 life. Again, using this in Chaos wouldn't work because size 30 monsters can't be destroyed by card effects. But still, the fact it's basically used just so you can gain more life. So you got 4 copies of that. You probably want to make that your buddy. You've also got Jet Black Crest Dragon V Revolver right here. So size 3 monster. So you are getting some size 3s in this trial deck. 5,000 power, 6,000 defense, critical of 2. But the top card deck in this card, soul and pay 2 gauge. If you have a Black Dragon set on your field, this card gets power plus 1,000 and defense 2,000, going up to 8,000 defense and 7,000 power with double attack soul card. So a nice little defense and offense card, and you've got 4 copies of that right there. You've also got Black Crest Dragon 03. Now this is an interesting card. Got a critical 2, 6,000 power, 1,000 defense, pretty nice for size 2. But then his ability, when this card attacks and destroys your opponent's monster, draw a card. So definitely adding some draw power to your deck is nice. So you got 4 copies of that right there. You've also got Black Crest Dragon Zastan Owl. This looks like a golem to me. Size 2 monster, 5,000 power, 5,000 defense, critical of 1. Call cost, pay 1 gauge. At the end of your turn, if you have a Black Dragon set on your field, put the top card of your deck into this card's soul. So basically allows you to have more offense. It does have soul guard, but the stats just aren't too great. He doesn't get any increased defense unless there's an item in here that does that. But still, I guess it's nice to have, and especially if you can keep him alive. You can just keep getting soul, but again, it's only at the end of your turn, not every turn. So you get 4 copies of that right there. You've also got Black Crest Dragon Arius, if I said that right. Or is it Arius, I believe? 2,000 power, 6,000 defense, critical of 2, size 2. When this card enters the field, you gain 1 life and move. So, I guess a nice little defense card. Again, only gives you 1 life when it enters the field, but you got 2 of that. You've also got an interesting size 1 right here. Black Crest Dragon Dirindi, if I can say that. 7,000 power, critical of 1, size 1. Critical, 1,000 defense, forgot the defense. When this card attacks, destroys a monster in your opponent's field. If you have a Black Dragon set on your field, put the top card of your deck into your gauge. So, interesting gauge getting card. You get 2 copies of that. Got Black Dragon Luar right here. So 2,000 power, critical of 1, 1,000 defense, size 0. When this card deals damage to your opponent, you gain 1 life. So, your regular card that can gain you life, you got 4 copies of that, sorry. There aren't any other size 3s, weird. So there's only 1 size 3 in the deck. You've got 2 Black Dragon L Hoppers right here. 1,000 power, 1,000 defense, critical of 1, size 1, size 0. When this card is destroyed, if you have Black Dragon set, on your field. Destroy says one or less monster in your opponent's field with move. So, giving you a little offense and defense. You've also got 2 poison divers right here. Put the top 2 cards of your deck into your gauge. Then you have a black dragon set on your field. You gain 2 life. You've also got 2 venom splashes right here. So you got a foil version and a non-foil version. You only cast this card if you have a black dragon set on your field. Pay 3 life. Destroy all monsters on your opponent's field. It is a counter. So, I mean, honestly, this card isn't the greatest in the world, but it's definitely good for just a child deck card. Just because your opponent tries to prepare something, then boom, 3 life, you just pop everything. But again, you need to have your black dragon set on the field. You've got 4 reprints of very nice art of Gaito Kuroso, Black Dragon Shield. You only cast this card when you be dealt damage, even if you do not have a monster in your center. The damage reduced to 0, and you gain 1 life. So you get 4 copies of Black Dragon Shield. You get 4 copies of Midnight Shadow, again with Gaito Kuroso art. You only cast this card during attacking opponent's turn. Nullify the attack if it is not a link attack. So you get 4 copies. You also got 4 copies of Toxic Zone right here. So you do get a good amount of sets in this deck. Its ability, set. So this card remains on the field once you cast it. All monsters in your opponent's field get power. Minus 1,000, defense minus 1,000. Thought I read that wrong for a second. Act, put this card from the field in drop zone, and you may pay 1 gauge. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. So, I guess the deal 1 damage, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be used with Death Count Serenade, because if you can fulfill Death Count Serenade's effect, it gets them down to 1 life, and then use this card 1 gauge, put in drop zone, finish off your opponent by card effects, and hopefully they don't have a Black Dragon Shield or something to stop it. So, interesting there. Of course, obviously it also triggers other effects, because it's Black Dragon in its attribute, if you can see right there, and it also has set right there. So you got 4 copies of that right there. You've also got 2 copies of Non-Fatal Sword Painbringer. It does have 0 critical, but 9,000 power. So this should help you dealing with Prism Dragons, cards with high defense, or maybe something that's just annoying to you. Again, the 0 critical isn't the greatest in the world, but the 9,000 defense will definitely help you to take down those walls. But I feel like something that helped you gain life or gauge would be better, just because I feel like basically the new Black Dragon style is just mostly to stall, so you can get to the end of your opponent's turn and put the soul into your impact. So we've got Human Eating Sigil, Vital Eater, so choose that name. 6,000 power, critical of 1. 1 engagement, this card attacks and destroys your opponent's monster, put the top card deck into your gauge and gain a life. So this is the kind of item I wish you had more of, but I guess the 9,000 power is nice for taking down walls, but you get an okay item that can get you gauge and life. And then the star of this deck, 4 Death Count Serenades, a basically weaker version of Death Count Requiem. So we've got 4 copies right there. 1 of them is foil. Death Count Serenade. It's an impact, so you can only use it during your final phase. You only cast this card if you have a Black Dragon monster on your field. Cast cost, pay 2 life, so opposed to Death Count Requiem, which is 3. So set this card remains on the field. At the end of your opponent's turn, put the top card deck into this card's soul. Then if there are 3 or more souls in this card, put this card from the field into the drop zone, and your opponent's life becomes 1, and then pair it up with Toxic Zone and just knock out your opponent. So you got 4 copies of that. Definitely an interesting play style in my opinion, because there wasn't anything like this before. But again, Death Count Serenade only gets them down to 1 life, so you do have to be able to take down that 1 life. And it doesn't destroy cards on your opponent's field or anything like that, like the mission card from Dungeon World, but still really interesting playstyle. Death Count Requiem is obviously slightly better just because it's automatic force win, but if your opponent has Aster's effect, then yeah, just not much you can really do. But it is a really interesting deck, especially nice that you get a lot of foils as well. That come along with this deck, and some really awesome art, of course, of Gaito Kuroso, and some really nice reprints of shields, like Black Dragon Shield, and your negate attack card, like, Midnight Shadow, and you also get some interesting cards as well, and honestly, I think the playstyle would be really cool. Again, I haven't played this deck yet, I just opened it, but definitely can't wait to test out the deck. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please tell me, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.